Gypsy Rose A. Anderson, alleged father Keenan R. Urker, possibility of paternity 99.9%.
Wouldn't it be like embarrassing if I was the dad? I think that's so strange to me because I've never once questioned who the baby daddy was.
You'd have to be crazy not to take me back.
Ryan's out with some friends, having a good time.
That's my husband. That's my husband. He's slapping some girl. That's my husband.
Honey, I am so not threatened by you.
This Gypsy Rose Blanchard situation continues to get messier, and I just can't look away, especially when she's trying so hard to get back at her ex-husband, or at least her soon-to-be ex-husband, Ryan Anderson. As you guys know, she left Ryan to go back to her ex-fiance, Ken Urker, and it seems like she got pregnant within 24 to 48 hours of seeing him. The timeline is so messy, but Ryan was seen recently, on TikTok with some young girls, and Gypsy got really jealous. She posted a TikTok like this, and I have to share it with you guys. It's too cringe to enjoy it alone.
Oscar, listen, baby, I know I was a bad girl, but come on. You'd have to be crazy not to take me back.
I mean, I'm pretty certain that Ryan doesn't want Gypsy back, but I don't know, because it seems like Gypsy has this way of putting a spell on people. Either way, we did find out that the father of her baby is in fact Ken. So maybe Ken isn't as, fruity as some people have said. I mean, shoot, he did knock up Gypsy Rose, so I don't know if he can be gay. Maybe he's bi. But they are confirming with 99.9% certainty that Ken is the father. She explains in her caption that she knew right from the beginning, despite public speculation that her estranged ex, Ryan Anderson, might be the baby daddy. Here's the paperwork we're working with. I actually wonder how much this test cost. I thought like doing a paternity test before the baby is born, that would be expensive, but Gypsy's got that murder money.
So it says at the top, Gypsy Rose A. Anderson, alleged father Keenan R. Urker. In the top right-hand corner, it says possibility of paternity 99.9%. They used cell-free circulating fetal DNA isolated from the plasma of the maternal blood sample, in that this sample contains a mixture of maternal and fetal DNA. DNA was also isolated from nucleated cells and samples from the mother and alleged father. All DNA samples were analyzed using next-generation sequencing technology. Blah, 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 blah. Now, as we know, this was a paternity test that Gypsy decided to do herself, as she will inevitably have to take another test after birth since she's still legally married to Ryan. So the fact that she just took this test to appease the public and supposedly Ryan so that he can move on is just wild.
Okay, that's way too scientific for me, but what I do see is that Gypsy is so keen on proving to strangers that her baby daddy is in fact Ken. She said there's been a lot of chatter around the paternity of our baby, which people did talk about that in the beginning, but everyone's kind of over it. So I think it's interesting that she feels the need to prove to everyone. This article reads that Gypsy made it clear to us last week that she was taking this test, explaining that Ryan wasn't in the loop because she only needed Ken's DNA to prove that he was the baby's father. Right now, Gypsy's show isn't currently on Lifetime, but I do believe they are filming every moment of this, and I hope their cameras are on 24/7 because Gypsy's actions on livestream lately have been next level.
I am so in love with this man. In the 5 years that we were separated, I was in pain. I couldn't get over him. I just can't express enough how happy he makes me. I know I'm falling right now. It's just, I'm so emotional. Because we're having a baby. We made a baby together.
So now that Gypsy Rose has gotten her results and the results she was looking for, she says that Ryan, her ex, can stop grifting. This person wrote on social media, "It's so sad that you, Gypsy, have to prove this to people who don't matter to you. It's no one else's business who the father of your baby is. The only person who should care about this are you and your baby daddy." Another person added, "Congratulations, but kind of weird you needed to prove this though." One person questioned the chatter because, I mean, honestly, besides me, who else cares about the Gypsy Rose baby daddy saga? I just can't look away. One person wrote, "You talking about pregnancy is so full of lies. You always said you're a very good liar. No one will ever believe you again, unfortunately for you. Now, because Gypsy has been over here sending, signals to Ryan, trying to get him to engage, he of course responded, because one thing that Ryan Anderson can do is that he can get shady. This headline reads that Gypsy Rose Blanchard's ex-husband accuses her of trying to sell pre-birth paternity test results and slams her homewrecker boyfriend. So I guess he's calling her out for trying to go and shop this result around to try to get a payout. I mean, someone has to pay the bills, and I'm pretty sure that Ken isn't currently employed. So are they just living off of Gypsy's murder money? We're gonna coin that. Ryan got candid on TikTok Live, which we love his TikTok page because it is so entertaining. He's always like, let's do a poll, who likes me or Ken, or leave a smile below for me, or he's just constantly speaking to his people. But he's actually built quite a following because he is interactive and he spills the tea.
Heard about the DNA test that Gypsy's doing this week. Now, I think that's so strange to me because I've never once questioned who the baby daddy was. Never said anything like that. I've always said, guys, it's not my baby. Like, I've always said that. But that is your baby. I've never fought that. Gypsy knows that. It's sad that I have to hear about it through TMZ as far as the test being done. It's really sad. But guys, I've never fought it. I just, it's a way to, because now they're going to probably sell the results. They already know. I put money on it that they already know who the baby daddy is, and that's fine. Like, I just would have waited till the baby was born to make it a simple swab instead of having a procedure. That's just me. Do what you do, Gypsy. I mean, like, I'm just being real.
I mean, I don't know why Ryan has the right to be in the loop of all of this. I mean, he should probably feel relieved that he's not the father. I do feel like he's got an inkling of sadness accepting that he's not the dad and that maybe he does need to move on from speaking about Gypsy. I mean, Ryan, let's be real. You can't go over here and act like brand new when you did in fact question who the father of her baby was, like we all did. And I think he kind of gets off on like being goofy on TikTok, but let's be real, you, like us, all wondered whether you impregnated her or not, because we know they were sleeping together. She did say his D was fire.
Wouldn't that be like so like embarrassing if I was the dad? That would be embarrassing because they've done reveal parties, they've done all this stuff. That would be crazy if I was the dad. Like, that would be crazy. Like, I would love to see the egg on their face, just like, I'm sorry, I'm just playing. But it would be like an egg on the face. Plot twist, yeah.
We've talked about this before, but divorce in Louisiana is confusing. So yes, Gypsy is in fact married to Ryan. And under Louisiana law, Ryan would automatically be listed as the father on the birth certificate. So she's still planning on going through with the court-ordered DNA test after the birth to prevent that from happening. Now, I don't know why Ryan's lawyer was sent to go give a statement on these test results, but this guy named Randy said that Gypsy getting these results before birth is highly unusual, which I interpret as pretty expensive. I mean, I don't know how much longer she's got the baby inside of her, but I mean, she could have waited a bit. I think at the same time, Gypsy's probably like sitting inside in her own world, sitting on social media, and she can't help but to think about all of this drama. Randy, Ryan's attorney, said, in the 40 years something of practice of myself and other attorneys in this office, we have never seen someone do a pre-birth paternity test because there's no need to do that. Usually you wait until the birth of the child and then the paternity test is done. And if it turns out, as we suspect, the child is her current boyfriend's, then the birth certificate is changed with an order from the court. But I think Gypsy's just trying to avoid Ryan's name ever being on the birth certificate. Randy says it's highly unusual and unnecessary, and it's a procedure that sometimes requires taking DNA from an unborn child. So that's her business, and she's certainly welcome to do it. Ryan has no objection to it, but just as his lawyers do, finds it very unusual. Now, Gypsy affirms that this test is non-invasive. It's very low risk, and it only requires her blood and a swab from Ken's cheek, some DNA. The reason why I think that this test is probably expensive because they're taking her DNA and they are looking for Ken's DNA within her blood. It just sounds very technical. Now, aside from taking the DNA test, it turns out that Ryan could sign an affidavit confirming that Ken is the father, saying that Ken's name will go on the birth certificate, but it doesn't look like he is doing that right now. His lawyers advise him to wait for these DNA results. So I guess Ryan could let go of the situation, but I mean, imagine if that was his baby and he just signed it off to another man. Ryan did give us a long rant on TikTok Live, so here's a clip of his feelings about the results.
You wouldn't tell TMZ about it unless you knew for a fact who the baby daddy already was. So Ken, congratulations. You're still a homewrecker in my opinion. But that is your baby. You know I've never fought you on that. Ever. I've not. I just don't understand your logic sometimes. But, you know, a nice call would have been all right to be like, hey, I'm getting this test done. But I don't know what to expect anyway. So, deuces.
One of the reasons why I think Ryan is so funny is because of this type of comment alone. This person writes, it's like he's talking to his diary. Hi, diary, it's me, Ryan, but you already know that. Another person writes, so, Ken, congratulations, I'm dead. Because, do you really think he's congratulating him? Jess commented, Ryan, you dodged a bullet. Now you can start a family with someone special who deserves you. Another person added, the fact that Ryan Anderson is verified is crazy. As I mentioned at the start of this video, there have been clips of Ryan going around with other women. One clip of him dancing with someone. And of course, Gypsy did not like seeing any of this.
This video just looks like Ryan's out with some friends, having a good time, makes a quick little video, but it looks like Gypsy saw this and actually commented. So this is the comment section from that video. 420 Mimi is the creator and the one who posted the video, but Gypsy replied saying he's only oh so brokenhearted when he's on live receiving gifts using my name for sympathy and clout. This is so double standard.
I think it's super hypocritical that Gypsy is getting mad at Ryan, enjoying one night whenever she's over here and building her own family while married to him. It's not even like Ryan has gone off with an official girlfriend. He's just like going and living his life for once, and she just wants control over that situation. It does seem like she's kind of acting like how her mother would have, Dee Dee, just trying to control everyone's feelings in their lives, and she doesn't have the right to do that, like her mom didn't have the right to do to her. But here is another clip of Ryan with a young girl. Again, I don't think that he's like hanging out with this girl in any romantic way, but it's something that irritates Gypsy.
Honey, I am so not threatened by you. My man wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole. You're just mad because I have a Chad.
One of the reasons why I knew I needed to do a follow-up on Gypsy Rose was because of her reaction to these video clips. It is so insane to me that this woman could sit here and say that Ryan is in the wrong because she's pregnant with a baby and there's a child involved. I mean, Ryan is not responsible for your kid, and you actually made that news, made that headlines because you wanted to go and prove to the world that he's not involved. So why are you still dragging him into your feelings?
I want to address a little comment that I made yesterday on a video that I seen of Ryan dancing with a woman. I want Ryan to move on. And this, like, I don't talk about Ryan in my lives because I don't want to. Ryan has increasingly kind of gotten on my nerves. I was not jealous. I am happy for him. If he wants to go and dance with a million girls, if he wants to go to a club, cool, I'm happy. I don't care. But what I am disappointed in is society. When a man does something, then it's praised. But when a woman does something, she gets slandered. I understand that I broke Ryan's heart. I left the marriage. I was not a good wife.
Now, of course, the comments on social media are eating Gypsy up. They're calling her out. This person writes, Ryan got an upgrade. I hope he airs out the dirty laundry. Her child is not his issue. Another person writes, Ryan, keep going, my boy. Another person comments, Gypsy, you're such a narcissistic person. This is disgusting. Now, this is rich because Gypsy tries to say that Ryan victimizes himself, that he comes onto live and acts like a heartbroken man and tries to get sympathy. But in reality, he's not doing this. She's victimizing herself, making it seem like that Ryan going off and living his life is somehow threatening what she's got at home.
I do feel like all he does is talk about me and his lives, and it is frustrating because it's like you do have your own life going on, so why don't you talk about like your life? He can talk about me all he wants, and people praise that, and people are okay with that, but I can't even shoot one shot at him at all. And I'm like, I get it in one sense, and then another sense, like, y'all don't know what's going on behind the scenes. For the most part, I've been very classy. I might not have always been classy, but I have been trying to be classy about the situation. The bigger picture here is there is a child in this situation. It's not his child, so I know that it's not his problem, but there is a child involved.
The fact that she said that there is a child involved is crazy. I mean, I don't think I've ever reached this level of delusion before. I fear this may be the first time I've encountered this. Troy Lynn commented, Gypsy flaunted her relationship with Ken. Now that Ryan is having some petty Betty fun, he needs to take her child into consideration for the sake of her peace. Ryan, do your thing, man. Another person added, I beg your finest pardon, which is exactly what I'm saying. I mean, I think this is probably, I mean, the murder was pretty intense, but I would say this is probably one of the clearest instances where Gypsy's like truly wrong. Like she does not think the same way that we do. Like we're not living in the same reality. It's not rational.
He can have a girlfriend. I don't care. Happy for him. But for me, it's kind of like, don't sit there and then constantly be like, she's my wife. I can talk about her all I want. She's my wife, she's my wife, she's my wife. Well, looking at that video, that's my husband. That's my husband. He's slapping some girl's ass. That's my husband. We're still married. He's still married. I'm still married. What I'm saying is 2 wrongs don't make a right. Please respect my child, because my child doesn't deserve all this chaos.
Wait, so you're telling me that your unborn child that you're over here performing unusual tests on? No, okay, I know that's a stretch, guys. I'm just over here trying to be shady. But you're telling me that we need to be worried about your kid, the unborn kid. I mean, let's just, guys, I need some comments below. Like, are we all here together? Is this real life? This person commented, the eye is coming back to focus, please. Another person wrote, pause, babe, pause. Natalia commented, wait a minute, aren't you pregnant? Taylor Price said, there's no way she said this. I'm shook. I mean, that Gypsy quote will go down in history. That's my husband. I'm his wife. Wow. I mean, I just think back to that moment when she was in the grocery store with Ken and she had the wifey shirt on and she was like holding the wrong piece of fruit in front of her stomach to try to represent their baby. There's just so many levels of wrong here. But I hope you guys enjoyed this update. Let's go ahead and open this P.O. Box package item. This is actually a part 2. I was sent a lot of fragrances. Actually, I have one right here. It's so cool. But I was sent a bunch of these fragrances by this brand, and they sent me a second box, and I was like, okay, I'm not going to open both boxes in one video. That just feels a little greedy. Now, I think this is the same letter from last one, but I'll go ahead and read it. Hey, Sloan, I wanted to share something really special with you. 4 years ago, I was going through a tough time dealing with a medical condition that made my life incredibly challenging. It was a really dark period for me, and honestly, I felt like giving up, but then I discovered your videos, which brought me so much joy and inspiration. Your positivity and genuine personality gave me the hope and something to look forward to. I was always into fragrances before I got sick, and it was really tough not being able to enjoy them anymore, but watching you inspired me to create my own line of all natural perfumes. These fragrances are free of any chemicals and are specifically designed to be gentle on people dealing with migraines, asthma, and skin issues. We're proud to be Leaping Bunny certified too. As a token of my appreciation for the light you brought into my life, I created a set of these perfumes with your packaging. I'd love for you to share them with your guests in any way that you see fit. Each bottle has been lovingly handmade thanks to you. You can use 40% off code SL04N at their website. It's Herve Loucindi, I believe. HerveLoucindi.com. Thank you for being a beacon of positivity and inspiration during one of the toughest times of my life. Your kindness and authenticity means the world to me, and I'm incredibly grateful for the positive impact you've had on me. From Jess. Thank you so much, Jess. I was actually telling my boyfriend about the letter you sent me when I opened it and the other package, and it just like the fact that like I could have been there for you when you were not well, and to just be a friend is all I could like. That is my goal on here. It gives me goosebumps thinking about it because I just used to grow up watching YouTube alone all the time and I felt lonely, and it was kind of my escape, like my friendships. And I'm one of your friends, Jess, and I'm just here every day, and it gives me as much joy as it gives you. Trust me, I feel it. So let's go ahead and look at these. This package is also next level. Look how big it is. So we've literally got all these scents in here, guys. If you see me out and about, just ask for one of these because you can have some. So we've got the Sloan packaging logo on this, and it looks like this is Hinoku and Yuzu flavoring, which sounds yummy. Oh, she also included a masculine sample set, which we love that because you guys know I love to smell good. Let's go ahead and open this package. Actually, I'm interested to see what this one smells like. It looks like it's going to be, ooh, look at that. I'm so excited. So the other scent that she sent me was like kind of it was a plum and a black. Ooh, this one's very, not me all up in the mic. This one's very, it's like fragranty, but it's not too girly fragrantly. It's like Like just fresh. Wow, I love this smell. Thank you so much. Also, the fact that you just did this type of packaging is so amazing. I can't wait to keep this forever and just show people throughout the years. Little QR code moment. Hopefully it doesn't like trigger on my screen. Can you imagine if a website popped open? So thoughtful, Jess, so thoughtful. And I'm so thankful that I could have been there for you and that you're here for me now and that we kind of have this like connection through YouTube. It's something I've never thought I would ever be honored to have, and I'm so grateful for all you guys. Now I'm getting a little choked up, but thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in a new one soon. Bye, guys.